a scion of many worlds. The party is in full swing. All sorts of axiom tricks had been used to accelerate the production of food for the feast. Undaunted technomancers had used the Vernon techniques to create sweet things like sugar and honey to add as parts of the meals. They went lighter on spices, but the technique to mass produce goods out of raw mass had allowed the whole world to taste the substitutes that wouldn't hurt them, from stone to stew, and without anyone messing around or a weird tradition. The main feast was in Isarazen's temple home. However, every town and city had a huge spread. Inviting an entire world to eat and party at once was not practical. For some people, this was a midnight party. For others, they had woken up early to attend, and there was everything in between as well. The unification of Lakran was something everyone wanted to be a part of after all. However, a lot of chatter comes to an end as a fork taps the side of an unfilled glass. Everyone looks to Admiral's cistern and Lady Tycanped with neither drink nor food near them. Many of the guests not in the know had been most confused. "Thank you for your attention," Admiral's cistern states. "This is just a final quick statement before myself and Lady Tycanped must retreat ourselves from these false bodies and return to our true selves. The doors are already being scratched at by half a galaxy of people demanding to know what exactly is going on. The founding of an empire does draw a touch of attention after all." There is some laughter at that, and he nods. "Still, though this false body I inhabit can neither eat nor drink, a toast to all the people that made this possible, from the enduring strength of the bride to the unbreakable will of the groom. So, a toast to Lakran and its people. May this world be undaunted by the trials ahead, and may the strife that forged it only make you stronger. Though you are light years away from me, know that my soldiers stand with you. Their skill and strength will add to yours, and their knowledge will show you the path forward. To Lakran, may this be but the first day of a golden era." There are cheers and raised glasses all around, and the camera showing the main feast the world over focuses on Admiral Cistern and Lady Tycanped as they wave some farewells, and then their presence flickers to reveal blank machines that the images fade entirely from. The featureless drones are quickly caught by the private streams, who then they press a button on each of them and they vanish in a teleport. Both of the privates then share a look before vanishing themselves. "Perhaps a more comfortable design in the future?" Admiral Cistern asks as he sits up from the control couch of the drone. It was like a therapist's couch, but without enough padding. "Sorry, sir. Ones that operate at this distance are still fairly new, and the focus is on control and precision, not comfort." "Fair enough, but without comfort that precision will be affected," he notes, rising up and straightening his back with a crack. "You did insist that Lady Tycanped get the more comfortable couch. That includes the experimental padding that doesn't interfere with all the sensors." The technician at his side says, and the Admiral nods. "Very well. No doubt I'm about to get... Thank you, Philip." Admiral Cistern begins to speak, but doesn't jump when Sir Philip is suddenly at his elbow and holding out a report. "Ah, I see my schedule has just been forcibly filled to the point of near black hole density with all the different groups and people that want to talk to me about that wedding." "Of course, sir. A public announcement would likely do a great deal to assuage the many concerned groups." "Oh, I'm certain. Unfortunately for them, this was just a standard wedding. Practice, reception, ceremony, oaths, all normal as it gets, all practical, unworthy of special comment." "Ah, kicking the beehive, sir. I approve most heartily," Sir Philip says. "Well, why not? To me, Skitterway is just another soldier, one who's gained political power and a lovely marriage. But a soldier," he says, as he begins walking out of the room. "I will happily officiate any wedding to any of my men as my schedule allows, and encourage every captain and admiral under me to do the same. It not only encourages cohesion and camaraderie, but a culture among our own as well. From the chamber next to him, a technician walks out followed by one of Lady Tikanped's secretaries, and the moment the door is closed, a gleeful, gloating burst of laughter echoes from within. "Well, someone just had her day made." "You just made her century, sir." The whole time she was muttering about how much of a gleaming gem this is in her crown. "Lady Tikanped, she will be effectively untouchable, sir," the secretary says. The door then smartly opens behind her and Lady Tikanped steps out. Yes, he has," she says smartly. "Pardon me for the wait, darlings. I needed a moment to collect myself. So, I do hope our little date wasn't too strenuous." "Darling, any more dates like that and I'll own the entire council, not just their attention and respect, but bodily as well," she says, sauntering up to Admiral's cistern and kissing him on the cheek. "I'm going to have to dig deeply into my purse to match a gift of this magnitude." "Well," Admiral's cistern begins, "and after I match it, we have to agree to not go so hard again. I'm not sure Centris could survive such an escalation," she states. "So, no pulling the stars out of formation to form a message," he teases. "Goodness, no. Imagine the sheer amount of forms that they'd throw at us for that. It would take a millennia to get through it all," she replies with a dainty laugh. "Fairly noted then, but seeing that feast got me a little hungry. How about a short meal together before we face the, no doubt increasingly rabid horde outside this ship?" "That sounds lovely," she agrees. "I'll put a scare into our cooks then. Any requests?" Sir Philip asks. It's a surprisingly simple, yet at times tricky thing to do to sway with a Nagasha. Oh, certainly when you were just swaying it was fine, but when you had to move more than 90 degrees in either direction, it started to get complicated. They have a massive lower body to shift around, and twirling one is something that sends a borderline earthquake through the dance floor. Especially if they're a jungle Nagasha or a primal. You can also forget doing a twirl with a Hydro Nagasha, as their fins have a tendency to catch, and if it's a Deep Crag Nagasha, there is a huge thump and a not-so-minor risk of something being damaged by the rattle. This can be ameliorated by having the Nagasha coil up in one spot to dance with from there, like a cobra emerging from a basket to a snake charmer's flute. This worked fine, but if the dance involved any turning, there was a sort of slithering hop the Nagasha did to get around that literally no Nagasha on Lakran knew how to do. But the Bucket family did. So the dance had turned into a goofy, funny, impromptu lesson the world over on how to dance with a Nagasha. A situation that should be formal, calm, and respectful was so full of laughter and delighted squeals that no one was taking things seriously. "So, a little more," Archeon Bucket advises with a gesture as Issa Ryzen shifts her tail again. As a primal, she's big, finned, and with a big and powerful rattle. That tail is not easy to work with. "There you go. That should do it, I think." "Thank you for the help. This is awkward enough with the little slippers on my foot claws," Emmanuel says. "They're adorable," Issa Ryzen assures him. "Adorable or not, I'm used to gripping the ground like it's about to escape," he notes with a chuckle. "Well, we're not the only awkward ones," Issa Ryzen says as she looks pointedly to the left where Hercules is dancing with 12 Nagasha at once. 7 of his bodies are with a single Nagasha. The 8th is with the flower girls who are mostly poking at how different his tail is, and the 9th and 10th are raiding the nearby snack tables so thoroughly they're a pair of horned helmets away from being Vikings. Horus has taken over the bar and is mixing non-alcoholic drinks like a champion, even as he's being bombarded with questions from everyone nearby. "No, we're not. So, let's up the game a little. Let's make it more awkward and goofy. We have a 10 in one man at least to best in that," Emmanuel says as he holds Issa Ryzen close. "Just don't wear yourself out. I'm told the wedding night is supposed to be magical." "I'll do my best, m'lady,"